which was an estate belonging to my mother's family.
Uh-oh, 1 o'clock and 8 seconds, and yeah, this is CCTV, Brother R.A. Wait a minute, where am I? I'm right here in Central Square. Remember Quest Diagnostics? It disappeared. Now it's going to become what? More, I have a poem about that. But here, let's get back to the issues at hand real quick. And, what show is this again? Yeah, it is Brother R.A., the brother has something to say each and every day. On my page, you hit the TV, it'll take you to CCTV, and you would come up with, I don't want to do that right now because you'll get an echo, but you go to, on your phone or wherever, you hit the TV and I'll bring you to CCTV Live, and when you get to CCTV Live, you hit channel 9 because that's where I am. And also on YouTube, you can see the past couple of weeks of shows, but to find me on YouTube, you put me in the search, Bro R.A., and it comes up with, you hit the search, and oh my goodness, there's Goober right there. Yeah, you hit on that, and then it brings you to this particular page here. And that's last week's show where I dealt with Zeitgeist. And here, let's bring you into the magistry of Brother R.A. and my world. I see you up there. Yes, big light there, and you can see it right here on my head. See the light shining out there? Yeah, big lights. But they're shooting behind me, because I should be back here somewhere, but I wanted to be in your face, because I have so much to discuss and talk with you about. Brother R.A. has so much to deal with. How many of y'all know what this is? Y'all know what this is? A VHS tape? I brought my book of poetry and, you know, my chi leads me to various things, and I don't know how my chi and my energy when I go deep within myself, and this is even before I hit this. I don't know if I want to hit it, I don't know if I need it, but I got it just in case I feel like I'm not doing good enough or I'm a little slow, or as I was reading the ads on the train, oh my God, maybe I might feel like I have OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, or I need to be checked out for my irritable bowel syndrome. The ads on the trains, I mean, Porter Square to MGH, and the ads that are, I'm like, you talk about psychological mind fuckery. But my chi, and I did something really not good yesterday. I talk about looking into your left eye, the side of your heart. You know, it opens you up and makes you, but I looked into my right eye. And today is February 28th, 2018. And Master He says, yeah, you look into your right eye and it creates a different type of chi. And it's almost like a repulsion. And I did that for a little bit, and I guess I repelled myself because I'm just really irritable. Fuck the irritable bowel nonsense crap. You know, I'm talking about I looked, and being an Aquarius, February 17th, going deep into myself and acknowledging my divinity, I'm raising up a level of consciousness and so on and so forth. And that right eye looking in just has me on edge. Just, I'm practicing flying tiger, Tai Chi and Qi Kong, and the tiger in me, the claw. But my Qi led me to, even before I get into the DVDs, and my Qi led me to get Richard Pryor, Bobby Fischer, Chris Rock. Even before I go there, I think I'll go here and just see where my Qi leads me today. Like my glasses with the little speckles reminds me of my mommy. My mommy had the speckled ones. Ooh, my Qi led me to read 300. Writing, as in righting the wrong, but I think I've read this before, but because of where my Qi and my energy is in dealing, I think I need to read this again. Writing, a deviation of a hair's breadth at the center leads to an error of 100 miles at the rim. When the effort is so slight, why should you hesitate to set things right? There are many people who endeavor to know Tao in the greatest serenity. They make music lessons, read scriptures, learn foreign languages, study nutrition, change their dress, go to temples, all in hopes that they will reach Tao. Sadly, they miss it by a hair's breadth. For a person to awaken to Tao, someone must give them a spark. Thank you, Master Heej. Perhaps this is what is called direct transmission. It is odd, but this is the only way that knowledge of Tao can be passed on. Book knowledge can help and give one a deep theoretical background, but the true understanding of Tao still comes person to person. There's no other way. So if you have any true understanding of Tao, you got it from someone. If you meet someone else who needs that spark, and you are in the position to give it, then do so. Don't be selfish. There are so many people out there who want guidance, who cannot get it. But if you can make a difference for at least one person, then you have tremendous merit indeed. Let me continue on. Time is not my friend. 301, Oneness. If I break down the walls, I will be surrounded by the garden. If I break the levee, water will inundate me. Meditation is not to be separated from life. The task of following Tao is to cease all distinctions between the self and the outside world. It is only a matter of convenience that we label things inside and outside, subjective, objective. Indeed, it is only at elementary stages that we should talk of a Tao to follow. For true enlightenment is the realization, not that there is a Tao to follow, but that we ourselves are Tao. That understanding comes after a simple breaking down of a wall, a shattering of the mistaken notion that there's something inherent in this life that divides us from Tao. Once the wall is broken, we are inundated by Tao. We are Tao. Do we continue to meditate once we come to this understanding? We still do, but it is no longer a solitary and isolated activity. It is a part of life, as natural as breathing. When you can bring yourself to the understanding that there is no difference between you and Tao, and that there is no difference between meditation and ordinary activities, then you are well on your way to being one with Tao. I have just read from Dang Ming Dao, 365 Dao, page 300 and 301. After discussing looking into the right eye, and that energy of looking into the left eye, I will go ahead and hit a little bit of this real quick and see how far I go. I just hope I don't set off the smoke detector. On the air after reading about oneness. Let me make sure I get it right. I read 300 and 301. 302's maturity. I'm gonna have to read that. Writing and oneness. Writing. I have to come with the right. right mindset. Let's see where my mind goes now. Talking about, had a young lady over. You know, dealing with these particular DVDs and movies and whatnot. Bobby Fischer, Against the World, the chess player. And I'm just looking at how PBS presented him versus how they presented a mentor of mine. Not only did I have talking about images and role models and things that we deal with when growing up. Can y'all see that? That's Power Man. Luke Cage, Power Man. This was one of the comic books I grew up with. Everyone's talking about Black Panther and yeah, that whole, what is your mindset when you are constantly enslaved? I'm talking about writing and oneness, and then I'm watching Bobby Fischer and how he dealt with being the chess master at such a very young age. And then Richard Pryor being the icon of most black comedians today, because he was the first black comedian. I mean, I'm living in an era and a time where blacks are first this and first that. And Black Panther, someone just texted me, have I seen the Black Panther movie yet? And no, I haven't. But we as melanin dominant people, we A squared plus B squared equals C squared. We built the base of the pyramid. 4 right angles equals 360 degrees. A square and a circle at the base of the pyramid. And then when you talk about algebra, you have the horizontal line, the female, the vertical line, the male, and opposite that right angle is the child. So the area of mommy and the area of daddy equal the area of the child. I mean, that's very oneness. That's very the original Trinity. Black people, we discovered that. But now we've endured, what am I, another DVD? Dear white people? I'm just a little upset. I told you about that right eye energy. I'm talking about, how about if I were to say, you know, you all get Black Lives Matter. How about Mutation Matters? I am the fucking original. Melanin dominant. And I had to grow up with a Luke Cage comic book character. I wore my chain. I was a bike rider and I wore my chain around my waist like Luke Cage. You know, I can remember that feeling, all that damn heavy ass metal, trying to prove myself. I'm Power Man. The fuck? I'm melanin dominant. I'm genetically superior. Anybody I procreate with, mutant or melanin dominant, I'm going to have a black baby. Now, the big thing, oh, Marvel Comics and Black Panther, and what about my dear mutant? I mean, this took place on a college campus, and the rivalry between the melanin dominant and the melanin recessive, and then the woman who's talking all pro-black takes her mutant boyfriend into her bedroom. I mean, oneness. We're all human beings. All I'm discussing is the media. I'm talking about how can I write back to oneness? This brother is very funny. I made reference, I had a date, white female friend. We watched Bobby Fischer, and then we watched Richard Pryor. And he grew up in a brothel, and they made reference to his mom worked in the brothel. Actually, I'll say it like they said on air. They said his mother worked in a whorehouse, and he lived in the whorehouse. A black man, an icon of black media and information, the first black under the melanin recessive inbred mutant albino with a calcified pineal gland, media 400 years of self-hate, self-degradation, 400 years of mind fuckery. No, I'm not mad, I'm not angry at the inbred mutant. No, I just have to right the wrong and become one. And act like Father Nature. Men, I mean, these two brothers followed this one, this one followed after this one, okay? That's Chris Rock followed after him, okay? Is that the right way to do that? So, this brother's a mentor to so many young black men. And when he figured out, when he went to Africa and said, did you see any niggas? He said no. So he changed his conversation up. But they're still passed down to the rappers where it's okay for us to say nigga. Yeah, it's okay for us to say nigga as long as you admit you're a mutant. Oh, should I have made that funny? Should I be a comedian or should I be serious? I don't know if I could do the Chris Rock. I really respect both these brothers tremendously. It's me. I'm in front of the camera with the microphone, but my conversation has to go a little bit. I was explaining to my other girlfriend, a melanin dominant sister, you know, we go into Porter Square and they have all the gloves, you know, the copperized gloves in Porter Square, because the black man was the porter and he had his gloves that always opened the door for massa on the train. And so, Porter Square. You talk about a hair across my ass. Even when I go to CRLS library, I mean, I love the library, but anything dating back to 1800 or prior to these times, I take offense to. When you make reference that you was established in the 18 motherfucking hundreds, how is you treating a nigger? Oh, you want some original material? Fucking YouTube? bitch asses won't play my shit, copyright infringement. I have a point to make. Should I have taken that hit? That's the only funny I can be. I'm up here watching DVDs and shit, and bankers are worried that, okay, I made reference to Zeitgeist. Did I give you the prelude to Zeitgeist? Zeitgeist, the movie, talked about the media misinformation. Just transferring from the Black brothers, who were my icons in Black Panther, but 400 years of slavery, and how did we get in this? Richard Pryor kissing his mom goodnight, and what did she just get through doing in the brothel? And what would force melanin dominant people to have to live in such a form and fashion? And he's the first black comedian in black and white television. That's in my lifetime. And now I'm watching Zeitgeist the movie, and George Carlin, a melanin recessive individual, making fun of, most people believe that there's an invisible man in the sky, and he's watching you, and he's watching everything that you're doing. And he rules, controls, and dominates, and he has 10 commandments. 10 commandments! And you got to abide by those 10 commandments, or else you'll rot in hell. Yes, you'll rot in hell because you're a sinner and you didn't abide by the 10 commandments. But God loves you. Yes, God loves you. Oh, my children. But every once a month in the communion, you gotta drink my son's blood. I love you. My fuckery. So Zeitgeist, the movie, George Carlin telling that, oh, and the punchline to his shit was, I'm God, I have all control and all power, but I can't control money. Can you please, tithes and offerings, give to God, tax-free? What the fuck is your money going to when you give it to God that way? Give me the money. Come on, I can't control dead fucking slaveholders. I'm God, but I don't know how to control the fucking money. Ah! You want original? YouTube? This is R.A.'s rendition of fucking George Carlin on Zeitgeist the movie that you might snatch down because I aired it. So, Zeitgeist the movie, George Carlin talks about the man behind, or the DVD, who's the man behind the scenes. And the history comes out where it takes you back to George Washington days. He's the individual on the $1 bill that has the pyramid on the back. I talk about A squared plus B squared equals C squared, that pyramid, that our ancestors, you talk about stolen our story or stolen his story. So the dollar bill, George Washington, a slave holder, and the slave holder, they establish a cartel of bankers. And the bankers set things up in a particular way that certain melanin recessive inbred mutant albino with the calcified pineal gland created a money system that has no value at all but to keep the masses of people under control. You gotta have some type of business or commerce or something to keep the people preoccupied. Don't allow the people to go, can you imagine melanin dominant, Father Nature, 9/10 the Earth's population, black, brown, red, yellow people, any of those colors procreate with themselves. Let's say father and daughter, or brother and sister, copulate, and their genes are too similar. When you're not related, the gene pattern is a little distinct. Become melanin dominant, children of the sun. Have melanin dominant people acknowledge their divinity, tap into the liquid fluid pineal gland, gathering the earth's energy, imagining going deep down to the crust of the earth, however many miles deep, tapping into the environment, and only because I'm an extreme perfectionist and a perfect extremist, I'm going to take my imagination through the core, out Antarctica, into that aspect of the universe. This is one universe. Take all of that, allow it to rise through the balls of my feet to 2 inches below my navel in what I'm taught as the Danten. Have that aspect of universality come up into me. Also open up the baby's crown. Taking in the North Star, Orion's belt light, those starlights. How long ago did that light leave that planet, that star? How long ago did that light leave before it got to the pupil of your eye for you to see at night on the sphere called Earth? Allow that energy to descend down your spine, and your properly erected antenna. You straighten your spine. You allow the earth's energy to rise, the heaven energy to descend, and gather all within. And you with a liquid pineal gland, with moisture in your pineal gland, you're balanced. You can't tilt water. All that energy comes into your melanin dominant child of the sun black ass. Black, brown, red, yellow. Because your parents' genes weren't that similar. 1/10 of the Earth's planet. Genes. They don't get to lock. Their melanin recessed. It stopped. It introverted. It collided. It didn't lock. It knocked. 1/10 of the Earth's planet. Melanin recessive, inbred, mutant, albino. When you don't look like the original, you are a mutation. You're still my child. I, as Father Nature, have to acknowledge it's 2018. We gotta stop fucking around. Richard Pryor's the first. And then we have who was the first black quarterback. Oh, in Black History Month, the Boston Police Department is gonna honor Red R back because he allowed the first nigger to play basketball? No, I don't have attitude. I'm just Father Nature. I just have to acknowledge, and I need more brethren and sisters to tap in to our divinity with the first eye. Not the third eye, the first, the top of the pyramid, the eye that's on your dollar bill. When you turn it over and you see the pyramid, stolen African art. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. The original trinity, man, woman, child. Now our mutation of a child has gone awry. Feeling insecure. I want to be black. I want to be black. I'm not black enough. Let me get tattoos. Let me get a nose. Let me make my hair color. And then the black people, what's up with the black? I ain't going out till I get my hair did. I need to be able to throw my hair like Marilyn Monroe. Mary Tyler Moore. Black Panther. Luke Cage. Power Man. I'm like, mind fuckery has got to stop. We as melanin dominant black people have to tap in to who we are. We have a level of consciousness within us, righting the wrong, or righting to oneness. Told my chi, I'm learning to balance the yin and yang. I know I've been too yang. I gotta have some more yin so I can be equally balanced as Father Nature. What's the title of the show? Unsurpassable Justice. I don't know if I can make this shit funny. I can make it funny to a point, but to be a stand-up comedian, I can run my mouth. I got that consciousness. I can do that shit. I'm comfortable in front of shit. CIA, FBI, cell phones. We're talking about conglomerate, Zeitgeist, George Washington. These motherfuckers set up a system that now we have digital. People know where you are, when you are. Nothing's a secret. I can't hide. Some people may be aware and know of me, some people won't. But if I can affect one individual, pick up the baton from Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and I'm ready here I'm running. I got my hand, I'm looking. I gotta look, get the baton, and get my ass to moving. I don't need to run speed fast. We're talking about this is a chess game of life. Being intellectually astute in the intellectual mecca of the world. Understanding the problems and troubles of who we are and what we're going through. And George Washington, the conglomerate, these white-red inbred mutations changed the psyche. You don't value yourself watching the media, and they needed an economy, they needed to keep the people, I have titles of books, Advice Among the Masters, The Ideal in Slave Management in the Old South. Yay, I'm so glad they had Cambridge High in Latin in 1898. Education. What kind of education? Who's educating who? Father Nature, melanin dominant black man. What's your role and responsibility as Father Nature? Can you even see yourself as that comfortable and that confident being in the position of being Father fucking Nature? Can you handle your role and responsibility to provide and protect? We are melanin dominant 9/10 the world's planet. Our run awry, inbred, mutant, albino male in the position of power has created a mind fuckery system where you can't see the reality of reality. What's real? Can you go that deep within your mind to the crust, the core, the center of the earth, and make things light? Actually, maybe I should do it in this camera. That a better shot? Bring your level of consciousness into who you are with the proper intent. Balanced, intent, and harmony. Do you acknowledge the motion? Do you acknowledge the chi? Can you see the fluidity in the movement without interruption and feel that comfortable and that confident being yourself in the core of the earth? Let your belly go, straighten your spine, drop your head and shoulders, level your chin. Go within. Be proud of who you are. Feel comfortable and confident being melanin dominant. That was the first one. Do these in threes. I don't ever do just one. So here's the second one as I set my mind to that higher level of relaxation. From the denotative level, the definition level of a word, to the connotative, the connotation. What is the connotation of the movement? With my tongue up, rolled back, the Trinity. Feel the chi as you're in the core of the earth. You become light and airy. No stress, no worries. You become powerful and confident and believe in yourself. You relax at a higher level of who you are, with your tongue rolled back, connecting all your meridians, the roof of your mouth, connecting that liquid pineal gland to your Dan Ten, the third level of going within, denotative, connotative. Now we're in the abstract. Turn. Y'all still with me? Am I with you is the question. Woo! Am I still here? Dazelle! Don't fuck with me. Alright, let me go ahead and then make the conclusion that writing to oneness, not exclusive but inclusive, being Father Nature. Oh, how can you, was it the black woman and Dear White People? She's talking all that pro-black shit, then takes her white mutation male friend. So, R.A., how can you be talking all that black? I'm talking Father Nature. I'm talking, unsurpassable justice. No longer this kind of justice and that mutation justice and the mutation value system. No. We have to no longer we have to become balanced. And so Zeitgeist, the movie, set me off. I borrowed Bobby Fischer, Richard Pryor, Chris Rock. And now everyone's talking about, I'm just talking about where's the mindset of the black people in our self-esteem, in our self-consciousness. We are so confined in our vision, we can't see what the fuck is going on. Private corporations talking about there aren't enough, the prisons aren't full. We need more population control to incarcerate more niggas, more ignorant people, more people who don't have. So there's the haves and the have-nots. How well do you assimilate in this melanin recessive, inbred, mutant, albino, 400 years of mind fuckery? How well do you assimilate? Oh, are you just gonna be a gay man and take it up the ass? And okay, that's not being offensive or anything. I wanna make sure that's, do what you do, that's your business. Brokeback Mountain, I had to stop it at that scene. With my imagination and my mind at the core, the level of the earth, and understanding I'm like, okay, sexual activity is, yo. So, Brother R.A. entertains or will entertain a melanin recessive woman. But you can call me nigga, I can call you mutation. But I'm 4%. That's alright. You're still melanin recessive. You're not melanin dominant. So I'm more than 4% melanin dominant. Even though my nana said my grandfather was 99 3/4 white. But I wanted to get some poetry, and I keep talking. I make all my points and conclude. Oh, that's right. Got off this piece of paper. Did I say population control from the corporate conglomerates? Good people don't smoke herb. Good people don't steal African art. African culture was a polytheistic society. I mean, you could take care of as many women as you could provide for. So, melanin recessive women are women too. I mean, one of my very fresh sayings is, the crack of dawn isn't safe around me. As long as she's not related. I don't want no more inbred mutants. Now, let's move on. Now, the purpose of me, the unsurpassable justice, is to share blacks are still under attack at a very high level, a very high rate. And let me get through the DVDs real quick. I get 7 minutes left, no poetry this week. Same kind of difference as me. This was a very unifying type of film where he was homeless, yet a melanin dominant man was homeless, but the melanin recessive woman took him in. Very, very same kind of difference as me. He was from Africa. That's why it was said that way. Same kind of difference as me. Oh, fearless. Asian people or Japan people had to become or raise up their self-esteem, so corporate America is impacting melanin dominant people around the world. Margin call. The man his company is bailing out of the stock market, yet he's still having stake at the top of a tower, and this is the type of upper echelon I'm dealing with. I told you my chi is off the hook. Pulling Bobby Fischer to Margin Call, Richard Pryor, Dear White People, Fearless, Jet Li, same kind of me. I mean, and then, these were some other ones that were off the hook too. Friends with kids. I don't know, 56, single, never married, no kids. How about if you just have a baby and we be friends? Have my baby and we be friends. We won't fall in love. I mean, interesting storyline. College roommates, but they were never sexually attracted to one another. But they ended up having, the fading gigolo. Oh my goodness, what's his name? John Tarantino played the gigolo. That was cute. I'm getting too old for this shit now. Walking out, intense. Looking at the way the melanin recessive inbred mutant albino survived as a hunter in the woods. The calcified pineal gland being that aggressive, how to hunt. And the son ended up, I don't tell the storyline, but he carried his father. That's why it's walking out. Their blood, survival runs in their blood. Does survival run in the blood of melanin dominant people? Or will we allow the genzyme, oh, we have better black athletes now because they're genetically mutated by something that has occurred at Amgen, Biogen, and where did I say Quest Diagnostics was across the street. But all of this, who are you? I got 2 minutes left. Damn. Did I cover all my topics? I read the Tao. I got through all my DVDs. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna pack up because I know girlfriend will be beating on the door in about 32 seconds. Climbing in and say, you got 3 minutes to get out. But go ahead, Kalu Express, in your consciousness. Yeah, let's make sure we put this away. Put all this good stuff away. Ha 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 ha. We don't want to lose that. There's liquid in that one there. Oh shit, there's a few crumbs here. I don't want to leave no crumbs. This stuff can get expensive. And, you know, what do you think about growing your own herb? It's legal, right? So, is that a problem? Or how bad would it be in this Western society mindset for you to have an herb farm? But what do I know? I'm just another brother talking. Thank y'all for tuning in to Brother RA and all I had to say today. I'll catch up with you next Wednesday. And God love, speed, peace. You are the divine energy.